Not a girlfriend? This is the figure of the woman Jungkook mentioned and made Jimin touched. In a world full of tight schedules and shrouded in military discipline, who would have thought that a personal confession from Jungkook, the calmest magne of BTS, could make Jimin, his friend and groupmate, truly silent? The K-pop world, often colored by the glitter of the stage and planned fan service, was suddenly shocked by the name of a woman mentioned by Jungkook in a very personal situation, inviting various emotional speculations, especially from fellow BTS members. "I know a girl," Jungkook said one night in the military dormitory of the 5th Army Division. That sentence, according to internal sources, came out with an unusual tone. Not just a casual statement. There was a tremor that made the room atmosphere turn silent. Jimin, known as the most expressive and sensitive among the members, seemed to stop for a moment. His reaction was not as usual. A big question then hangs. Who is that woman? And why could this confession affect Jimin so much? It should be noted that during BTS's promotion period before military service, Jungkook almost never talked about his personal life, let alone about women. He is known to be closed off, maintaining a professional image, and always diverting romance issues. So when he voluntarily opened this conversation to Jimin, someone who is emotionally closest to him, fans wondered, is this just a simple clarification or is there a deeper layer of story? A source from within the military unit mentioned that the woman in question is a choreographer who has worked with BTS since 2019. She is not an artist, not a public figure, and almost never appears in front of the camera. However, her closeness to the group, especially with Jungkook, turned out to be deep enough to trigger a personal discussion among the members. Jungkook himself, according to the same source, never referred to the woman as a girlfriend. "She's just a friend," he said. But at the same time, he admitted that the woman has a special place in his life. This inexplicit sentence raises ambiguity, both for fans and Jimin himself. Jimin's reaction, which was called suddenly silent for several days after the confession, became the center of attention. Jimin is known as a warm person and very expressive towards the people he cares about. He is someone who does not hesitate to show his emotions in public, especially to Jungkook, whom he has cared for like a younger brother. Why did that sudden change happen? Is it because he felt he wasn't told from the start? Or is it because the confession came suddenly, amidst the mental and physical pressure during military service? Speculation emerged. Many armies believe that the Jikook relationship, the term for the closeness between Jungkook and Jimin, has crossed the line of just friendship. They are co-workers, friends, and in many moments, seem to understand each other deeply even without words. So when one of them keeps something important without sharing it earlier, that disappointment is understandable. However, the dynamics did not stop there. Not long after the confession, Jungkook uploaded a photo on his social media. In the photo, he and Jimin are sitting side by side under a tree, with a caption that is quite evocative. "True friends always know the best." A sentence that subtly seems to want to restore the relationship or calm the atmosphere. Netizens reacted. Many welcomed it warmly, but not a few realized that Jimin's expression in the photo looked unusual. His eyes were empty but sharp. His smile was not as wide as usual. Some armies even started tracing old video archives, looking for the possibility that this woman had appeared unnoticed before. After a very detailed fan community investigation, the identity of the woman finally narrowed down to one name that never appeared to the public frontally, but played a very important role behind the scenes. A young choreographer who once helped BTS in the staging of Black Swan and On. A big hit music staff confirmed anonymously, she is close to all the members, but spends the most time with Jungkook. Surprisingly, it turned out that Jimin also knew the woman very well. He once mentioned her name in one of the behind the scenes without realizing it. So it could be that Jimin's surprise was not because of who the woman was, but because of the fact that Jungkook chose to convey this dramatically and seemed to keep it longer than he thought, in the following weeks, the Jungkook relationship seemed to return to normal. In fact, some leaked military training recordings show their interactions that are warmer than before. In one video, Jimin is seen feeding Jungkook while laughing softly. In another video, Jungkook is seen ruffling Jimin's hair with an affectionate expression. Many see this as evidence that whatever had been bothering them has now been resolved. However, their dynamics have clearly changed. Not becoming strained, but becoming more mature. More open. Jungkook's confession, which initially felt like an emotional bomb, turned out to be a new door in their relationship. They now seem more honest with each other, no longer hiding personal burdens just to maintain a close image. Now, as the end of military service approaches, one important question remains in the minds of fans. Will the Jungkook relationship return to normal on stage? Or will this confession give them a new definition in personal and professional interactions? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain: their relationship is not just an ordinary friendship. This is the story of two people who have grown up together, faced the pressures of the entertainment world, created history together, and are now passing emotional tests in the most unexpected place, the military barracks. And about that woman? Maybe she's not a girlfriend. Maybe she's just a friend. But she is an important point in the new phase of Jungkook's life, which finally opens the side of himself that is most rarely shown, the desire to be honest, even if the risk is surprising someone he cares about the most. Because in a world that always demands perfection, honesty is the greatest form of courage. When news about Jungkook's confession regarding this mysterious woman spread, cyberspace was immediately shaken. Social media such as TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter were filled with theories, analyses, and speculations from millions of BTS fans around the world. However, is everything circulating really fact? Or are we faced with a narrative that is deliberately designed to attract attention and create sensation? This question deserves our reflection together. In an era where information can spread as fast as lightning without a clear filter, it has become a necessity for us to develop a critical attitude towards every news we receive. Does the news about the woman mentioned by Jungkook really represent the events that occurred behind the scenes? Or is this just part of a marketing strategy that exploits the curiosity and emotions of fans? Let's take a closer look. The fact that the source of information comes from platforms such as TikTok and Twitter, which are known for quickly spreading rumors and viral content without strong validation, certainly raises doubts. Videos and posts linking Jungkook's interactions with this woman could just be exaggerated interpretations or even deliberate fabrications to attract attention. If we want to be honest, many viral content like this emphasizes the element of drama rather than truth. Then, how should we act? Should we immediately believe and spread this news without questioning its validity? Of course not. Skepticism does not mean rejecting or ignoring information, but rather inviting us to do verification, look for credible sources, and analyze the context before drawing conclusions. Have we ever thought that Jimin's dramatic reaction might not be as serious as depicted, or could even be edited in such a way as to add spice to the story? Shouldn't we also question the motives behind this disclosure? If there really is a woman close to Jungkook who plays an important role in his life, why should it be exaggerated to the point of affecting the friendship with Jimin? Is this reasonable in the context of the dynamics of an idol group? Or is this just an issue that is exaggerated to attract the attention of the media and fans? In addition, do we sufficiently understand the mental burden and pressure faced by idols during military service and in the entertainment industry in general? Maybe Jimin's reaction is a very personal and complex thing, which is then misinterpreted and consumed sensationally by the public. How can we respect their personal space without having to exaggerate every interaction? From another side, let's ask ourselves, are we too often victims of a culture of gossip and sensation that forces artists to become unhealthy public debate material? What if this story is actually just a reminder for us to continue to respect their privacy? Aren't we just making it difficult for them with excessive curiosity? Thank you for taking the time to read and think with us. Always remember, behind every news there are facts that need to be studied, there is a context that must be understood, and there are humans who deserve privacy and respect. Are you ready to be part of a generation that is more critical and wise in dealing with the flow of information today?